Oh goodness, we're live this morning.
Oh, you
Hey
hit
there,
the rock.
Tiva.
All right.
I did. Yeah. We've got to rock on. We
Me.
timeliness.
Well, I didn't realize we was okay.
Being timely? Yes, we are.
Well,
We're always attempting to be timely.
so I'm not running the call, so I can go off, right?
Yeah, no, you cannot. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, hello everybody. Clearly, we have got our miscommunicated.
No,
Um,
we don't.
yeah, right. So, welcome to another morning of trading. Today is September 11th, 2024. We hope that everybody had a great night of rest and relaxation. See how I
Mm,
roll are on the
not
night.
rolling the R. I see you, bruh. I see you.
I'm telling you, that's how you practice it. Hope all is well, and that you are all ready for another great trading day, another day of profitability. So let's get it started in here. We got the Dow futures right now is currently down. It is the only one that is down, of course, is negligible. We just kicked off the open. So that's how that works. The S&P futures, Nas futures are both up slightly. All right, slightly. The stock futures are a little changed after the latest U.S. inflation data release. All right, I'm gonna let you get that, Mancini. Let's go on over here and take a peek. Let's see what happened. We got the core CPI for today. It is slightly above what was forecast. Slightly above what was forecast. CPI, so that's core CPI month over month. The CPI month over month is 0.2%, which was exactly what was forecast. And we can put exactly in quotations, as well as the CPI year over year. That's three red folders. The CPI is red folders. All right. Crude oil inventories is at 10:30 today. Okay, that's an orange folder. Crude oil inventories. We got at 101, we got the 10-year bond auction, and that is a yellow folder over here on ForexFactory. All right. So for our 10 o'clock turnaround, as we like to call it, we still got another little nugget, another little instance that can be a factor. Let's swing on over here to investing.com. And I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to be patriotic and only select the United States of America. And
Mm,
let's go with all three of these, which technically we probably can just do 2 stars, but you know how it is over here. If you've seen this before, you get all the business happening over here. We had some 1 stars earlier. NBA, the NBA 30-year mortgage rate, the mortgage applications week over week, the NBA purchase index, all of those were neutral. That's when it's in the black. We can say that it's neutral. Mortgage market index also neutral. Mortgage refinance index. These were all 1 stars. All right. Over here, you got the core CPI year over year for August. Shows up neutral. It's 2 stars over here. 3 stars, though, is the core CPI month over month for August. That's the one that shows slightly better. And then the core CPI index for August, which is a 1 star over here, that that was neutral, as well as the month over month CPI August and the year over year CPI August showed up neutral. Those last two were 3 stars right over here. This all went down at 8:30. CPI index NSA August, little bit below what was forecast. Also, the CPI index SA for August was um, basically there was no previous forecast, but it's interesting is that the one before that, so there was no actual forecast for this one, but it is slightly higher than what was the last forecast. So that's for the CPI index for August. These last two have been 1 stars that I've mentioned. CPI NSA month over month for August, again 0.08%, is actually slightly lower, but it's showing up as black, so no impact. And then the real earnings month over month for August, 0.5%. Also 1 star in here. Crude oil inventories over here is 3 stars. So again, that's in 55 minutes. And then we have our normal run of mostly 1-star events that we talk about, the EIA refinery crude runs week over week, crude oil imports, that is both 1-stars. Cushing crude oil inventories is 2 stars, which probably would be the match for the orange folder on the other site. Distillate fuel products, EIA weekly distillate stocks, gasoline production, heating oil stockpiles, all 1-stars. EIA weekly refinery utilization rates week over week, and the gasoline inventories as well. Cleveland CPI month over month for August, that's going to be at 11. So everything else that I named is going to be in that next 55 minutes at 11. The Cleveland CPI month over month for August, 1-star, still 1-star. Thomson Reuters Ipsos PCI for September is 1-star at 11 o'clock as well. 10-year note auction, 3 stars over here. That's at 1 o'clock. On the other site, I believe it was just a yellow folder. So that just goes to show you that some of the sites may emphasize one thing that the other site does not, but that does not mean that it is less important just because it has a yellow folder over here, 3-star over there. That's why we take it all into consideration. All right. So let's check out what we got for earnings. Man United, Manchester United is a sports team, and they are publicly traded. That is soccer, aka football, is how they call it football over there. Hepsi Barada, designer brands, Vera Bradley, Coast Energy Navigation. So this is in that fashion space. So that's before open today. After close, today is Oxford and Lasaka. Here's the thing. Last night, GameStop, I think we talked about that on the last call. That pay attention to GameStop because that is one of the meme stocks. Big Lots, before open tomorrow, we got Big Lots. Now, Big Lots is in the news because I believe they are shutting down some of their stores. So that could be something to. I'm not saying that they're going into bankruptcy, but I
I
am.
think they did say that. I thought they
They
did say they
are,
were. I thought I saw that.
I wasn't sure about that part. I just knew that they were shutting down stores. To me, once you start getting over a certain amount of stores that you're shutting down, you're probably on your way to the bankruptcy. Okay. Kroger is also in here, and Kroger keeps trying to grow, and apparently the I guess you could say the justice system don't want to let them be great because over a certain size, that's when you start running into the non-competitive stuff. So it sounds like they may be trying to get with another grocery chain, and they're having problems. So I don't know what the status is on that, but I do remember reading about that. So that's something to pay attention to for Kroger. Of course, these other ones I don't know as much about. This Love Sack right here has some really huge shares. Thursday after close is Adobe. So that's the last kind of hitter that's stepping into this space is Adobe after close. So that will be the last tech related earnings report. So we want to be aware of that. And then Alyssa, are you ready for Mancini? Our list is not ready for Mancini. Let's keep it moving. All right.
Hey.
So we got we got the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's at 0.89%. S&P 500 is down
I think
0.34.
I've been rubbing off on you. That's what it is. I'm rubbing off on you.
NASDAQ is up 0.21%. Russell 2K is down 0.02%. And the VIX is up slightly. 19.15 is up 0.37%. All right, that is something to be aware of because we know when the VIX is up, generally speaking, not always and forever, we may see the other stocks dropping. All right, these other indexes may drop down if the VIX is running high. So that's something that we really need to keep an eye on and make sure that we are on top of. Okay, right. As far as anything that I've seen that's tech related, I believe that Oracle did
Oh,
have
they
a
popped for real.
they had a little bit of a pop. Their earnings
Mm-hmm.
have been working out for them. Um, and that's of course in the tech space. So be aware of that if you are trading Oracle or anything in the Oracle, any of its competitors. That's going to be important to take a look at. 244834. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna pull up this
SP.
other screen. Keep in mind that Amazon is also still working on their drone delivery service. They are continuing to keep that at the forefront, and they are making that a thing. They are still testing it, and they are working that out. Actually, like I believe there's 2 cities in Texas. It's either Texas or California that they're actively utilizing that technology in. So they're definitely trying to make sure that they get your packages to you even faster, which is a surprise because they seem to be doing a great job as is.
I mean, I ordered something the other day, and the literal, I mean, what it said was this product would be delivered like between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. And I was like, and I was ordering it in the evening. And I was like, 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. And literally when we woke up the next morning, that package was out at the front door. Like this right here, though.
Not playing. They're not
This
playing.
right here, though.
Committed to getting
Yeah.
you that package quick.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, last I checked, they own so many planes for delivery that they're starting to rival, UPS and FedEx.
UPS and FedEx, yeah.
They ain't playing around. We're
Hmm.
gonna take a look at yesterday, the SPX. This is what happened today. This we're looking at the 15-minute chart.
I'm
This
ready
started
when you
off
are.
with a drop, right? A push down, if you will. And so you can see that the buyers are stepping in here. This is what we would call it a buyer zone. And they've stepped in and already started pushing their way back. So what happened was it gapped up yesterday from the previous close, right? And then it kind of did this little dance, this little roller coaster, as I like to say. And once it dropped about 11:30, to be honest with you, I didn't know where it was going to stop, but did this turnaround and took off. So depending on where you
What was
were,
that? What you
say
talking
it
about?
again.
Which one you talking about? What stop?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just talking. My bad. Oh, I just pulled it out. Listen.
Mm,
What?
are you
Say
trying
it
to
again.
come for me? Are you trying to come for me on this call?
Say it again.
You trying to come for me on my call? What is you doing?
Hold on, listen. All right, let me it's crazy because I don't know. Oh, I know what I did. I need to move this over here. I'm just pointing stuff out. That's when you were supposed to call me on
Oh.
you yeah. Wait a minute. I'm looking at that screen. I have this on the correct screen. Uh
Okay.
so I must have hit something wrong on
Well, while you work that, let me go ahead and talk Adam.
yeah, go right on here. I gotta do entire screen. That's what it is.
Oh, wrong one. Erp.
All right.
I want to change screens. Come
I'm gonna
on.
shutting.
Okay, you're sharing now, but I'm getting ready to boot you.
I booted myself. How about that?
Okay. Look at there.
I self boot.
Such a self boot. I'm waiting for it to populate, but we'll see. It shows that it's there. There we go. Adam Mancini said a very typical CPI reaction today with the first move trap. As posted at 8 a.m., 54.68 was a must hold for the Bulls. We sold there, held it, flushed slightly, then rallied. Now we're up 30 points. Lock in your gains. Let a risk free runner go all bonus. 55.06. 55.13, 55.23 if SPX wants it, or he actually said ES. I guess SPX goes with the ES, and 54.86 is support. 54.86 is support. Okay. Good old. Now, if you follow Adam, he's over on Twitter under Adam Mancini 4, I believe it is, and you can go and get all of his tweets. The only thing I would suggest that you do is you compare the SPX and the ES chart to see what is the difference between those two. And I'm actually going to look at that now that the market is open so that I can see the difference while market is live. While we live and in living color. Okay, back to you, Jack.
Back to you, Jack. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jill. Let's get it started. Let's do entire screen. Time to get them numbers up and running, people. See what we can make happen. Let's see. There you go. That's what I want. Already. We got SPX. We did the run. It dropped this morning. For those of you who trade the 15-minute breakout, let's do.
You were working the R's this morning.
Doing it. I'm doing it. I'm trying to step the game up on Duolingo, man. I'm telling you. Senor.
Senor.
Work. Trying to get
Such
my
a
I
mess.
gotta redo my streak. I had a nice streak going that I broke. Now I gotta make sure I get my streak back up and running. So we gonna be straight now. Trying to do it.
77 and 63. Actually, this the difference between SPX and ES looks to be about 14.
Thought you said 5.
I know, but when I look at it live, and I wanted to make sure I was seeing the same like things when it's live. When I look at SPX and ES, I might have to do it over here on TradingView
Okay.
so I can look where I normally look. Anyway, keep going.
All
Keep
righty.
going. I got us.
So this is us for the 15-minute breakout on SPX because they know some of you
It's more
traded.
like 16.
All right. So here's what we got going on.
I'm going to edit that
Like I said, I'm gonna switch
graphic.
this to the daily so you can see what's going on right here. All right. Matter of fact, do you one better. I'm gonna take these lines out. Take this line out. Alrighty. Let's go 15 minutes so we can just focus on this. There you have it. So usually what I do is when I mark that 15 minutes, I'm gonna sit and wait for a breakout to occur. And then I always make sure I mark the closest swing points that I see so that I can anticipate what could be happening once price gets moving in either direction. So I do it this way. So since it's going to be coming down or going up, I just add these, and I do this each morning because it saves me the visual stress of having a bunch of lines on there every time I go into a chart. So I don't mind putting in 4 or 5 lines and keeping it moving that way. And so I'll do this one as well. Right. So now if it's going to come down, hit this line, I'll be anticipating what's going to happen. And then I'll watch it and see. Then if it starts doing the same thing as it heads up, I'll be aware of that. Right. There's a couple lines in here that I could put in. because don't forget what we call the 10 o'clock turnaround. It is a real thing. Usually there's something going on that could possibly make price turn around. And I saw on yesterday, and actually the past 2 trading days, where at the very least Russell was in one of those modes where it was moving in one direction, and all of a sudden it switched up and then changed direction on you. So depending, this is a good example here, depending on where you were in this trade, if you thought it was going down here, you were up here on the call credit spread. But once it got towards the end of the day, man, if you didn't get up out of there, you would have got breached if you wasn't watching it. So as opposed to this one right here, where it just dropped and kind of just bounced and stayed. So that's the 15 minutes breakout. The other thing I do is I'll put a study on it real quick just to get an idea. And I like to do this one, MACD histogram with the moving averages. And this one should be, we'll just do this. So this is the 50 moving average. The triangles is the 50. The green is the 9 and the pink one is the 21. So on the 15-minute chart, this is showing me that it's bearish, at least for right now. Since I'm usually on the 15-minute, that's good information. This is the MACD histogram, and it's showing me increasing pressure heading down, downwards, I guess you could say. And so I'll be paying attention to that again. I don't start even looking to get in until 10:30. That may change based on what X Options is saying with some of their videos. But for the most part, 10:30 is when I start my investigation. All right. So I don't trade SPX, but the exact same thing that I'm naming for SPX is exactly what I do for Russell 2000. Right. But if I was trading SPX, I definitely would be looking to see what it's doing right now. This is a strong push
Does
down.
the X option girls, the X option lady, does she still trade the opening range breakout?
Well, let me say it this way. The only reason I'm gonna say I don't know is because I don't keep up with her latest, quote unquote, latest videos.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the videos that I've seen could be like from have been from like last year or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So my understanding was that she did, but I know that most of the videos that I've seen from her, her name is Ariana, everybody. I keep just saying
Yeah.
her. Her name is
Ariana, yeah.
most of the videos I've seen from her have been the 0 DTE. She does 0 DTE trading.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can't remember if she still does the breakout like she used to.
Okay.
Maybe she broke up with the breakout. That could be possible. So that's for SPX right there. And then Russell got the same deal happening over here. A little bit of a gap down, push down this morning, and we'll do the same thing. You got something for us?
No.
Hmm?
Are you asking me? Do I have something?
Yeah. Your mic is
Like,
open. I thought you were about to say something.
no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was looking at what Nori, I was responding to Nori in the comments.
Hey, Nori.
Mm-hmm.
So between Russell and SPX, obviously because of the time frame, they both have started their they got the first full 15-minute candle. So me personally, I'm watching what's going on moving forward to see what the deal is. And I'll do the same thing over here. Now, if anybody has any tickers, Ward, what's up? If anybody has any tickers, please do drop your tickers in the box. We want to make sure we get you squared away and taken care of this morning. If anybody has anything that they put in that they're concerned about, we'll be more than happy to look at that. Take a peek at what you got going on, right? All them bells and whistles that you're hearing is all the stuff I got going on for my alerts, my news alerts for Thinkorswim. All right. All right. So what do I have left to check? I'm gonna go to monitor. One working order. That was a trade I've been working on. That's going debit spread. Ain't necessarily working out. All right. Okay, so we got the same downward movement, and I will be keeping an eye on this for the rest of the day. 10:30-ish, like I said, is about the time frame that I get in. Looking to see if I don't see any tickers, Alyssa. Yeah, I don't see any tickers on here. So
No tickers means that we can wrap
oh,
it up.
B.
Oh, I do see some coin and triple Q. Um,
Where is dang, that was fake. Okay.
Tiva put that. Tiva put coin and triple Q.
That's the queen and triple key.
Coin, I think is.
You think is what? You
I
muted
think
yourself.
coin is doing. I know. I think coin's got a little bit of downwards motion happening.
So we got some things going on with the triple and the Q. Here we got. This is called a cheer formation. Right there. I'm going to activate. Activate like the Wonder Twins. All right. Open this up for you. There's a couple different ways to look at what's happening right now in terms of the way it's charted, but this was a sell zone. Well, should I say this is a sell zone? So that's why I'm going to put these dash lines on here because it's in a sell zone. Okay. So it's in a sell zone, leg in, two in the base, leg out. It is pushing up into this zone right here. Now, it was in the buy zone. This candle dropped down into a buy zone. It did not fill the zone all the way, right? There's some buyers that have been sitting up in there waiting.
Didn't we talk about this last night on the call? Was coin what we looked at last night? One of the
This
ones?
is triple Q I'm looking at right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They leg in, two in the base, leg out. There was a gap right here. So this came down, filled this gap, and it started pushing its way on out. So these two zones were close together. There are some people who would go leg in, base, leg out right here and say that this is a formation as well. I'm just focusing on this overall that it looks like it's trying to push its way through. And once it gets through here, I would be looking for it to try to make some noise right here. And one thing to keep in mind is that there is a gap right here. So a tiny bit of a gap right there. So that's something to keep in mind as it heads up. There's a little something there. So this is pushing down. So with the triple Q, I don't know what the premium is that the person may be looking for. 11. So you were going for some people probably what are still trying to get in for this week, Alyssa, for the Friday. Okay. So let's go 449. I'm looking at the 77%, 79%, 80% area for out the money. This is probability out the money. All right. In our case, what we will do is he would add our volatility number to current price and subtract it from current price. When you subtract it from current price, that let us give us an entry for our put credit spread at the bottom. And if you add it, that'll be our call credit spread at the top. That's where I start investigating. 75% out the money is about where Arlissa would be okay with. I'm usually over in the 80% out the money territory. But 77 would be fine as well. Just keep in mind with Triple Q and some of the other Triple Q, IWM, sometimes even SPY, I think you might see this 0.5 in here every once in a while. So just make sure you account for that, especially if you're going to be doing any type of iron condors and things like that, and you're trying to keep those numbers the same or similar. This is the one spread. 447 minus 446 is 1 times 100. Each contract is 100 shares. So on 18, on one spread, on a one spread, $100 collateral, we'll be looking at 20. That's 20%. Now, of course, it's bouncing around and carrying on, but you'll be trying to lock that in. And don't forget, this is at the bottom, so price is coming towards this area, coming towards the strike. Personally, I prefer to start with going above, just because I know it's a safe space. Safer, it's a safer space. I might be tad bit more safe going up there. So I'll be doing something like this, which is 464, 465, got 30 cents as of right now. And this is what, 76% out the money. So I'll be somewhere in here. 79% will be 22 cents. All right. So there's no reason why I wouldn't consider, because of where it's sitting, the reason why I wouldn't consider an iron condor for this for Friday. That's not out the realm of possibility. That's not a investment advice, but it is to say, based on the what 22 cents at the very least on $100 collateral. That's not a bad it's not a bad little pocket change to take away from Triple Q. You understand? Let's look at coin. Coin. And I am going to, I haven't looked at this in a minute. Let's clear this off. Coin is tied to Bitcoin. In case you didn't know. All right, so what we'll do with this, just going to bring this up, make this wider for you. Look at the gap here. I try to mark the gaps first so that I can see what the dealio is. And many times it helps me to see the formations better. So we're going to duplicate this. I got a gap right here. Just to put it in the context. This is starting to fill the gap right here. To bring this down a little bit because price pushed into there, right? But it is right here, trying to push its way through a shear formation. What's happening? Y'all, my boy passed away. James Earl Jones. I feel a certain type of way about that.
I think Frankie Beverly passed away too.
Darth Vader passed away.
Frankie Beverly,
Uh,
Darth Vader, the Mufasa.
man,
Mufasa passed
oh,
away.
wow, don't say that. That's why I couldn't watch the second Lion King, man. When
It was good.
they came out with the animated or the after the first one, not part two, but when they redid it, and I was like,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Mufasa
yeah.
gonna die? I'm like, I can't watch it. I can't watch that again. If Mufasa dying, that scarred me for the rest of my life. On that first Lion
Pardon the
King.
pun on being scarred.
I know, right? I was wondering if you get that.
I
I was
don't
like, I
miss
can't
much.
miss Mufasa. That's the best.
I don't miss much.
That dude was a better daddy. He was just as good a daddy as Carl Winslow. You can't kill him off. All right. So it is up here. Got the wrong dash lines. I ain't gonna lie
Mm.
though. I ain't trying to front. I ain't throwing no shade. Frankie Beverly was falling off though. I mean, they can't. They
Well,
had
he
this
just had retired. I mean, he's old, but he just retired,
show,
didn't he?
and he was still outperforming, which was great. But they was showing clips of some of his shows. I was like, yo, y'all probably need to let my man retire because
Mm.
some of them shows wasn't as quality apparently. But of course, like I said, he been doing it for so long. Um, so this is the seller zone, the chair that it is trying to push its way through right now. Okay, this is the gap right here, and then this is the buyer zone right here. So this buyer zone is about 140. So if I'm looking at Coinbase, the way it is looking right now, I am more than sure that it is bearish, but I will still drop my EMA on there. Three of my main EMAs, 50, 20, and 9. They are all just on the daily. They're all pointing down, so I feel more comfortable going with a call credit spread to take a look see and see what the going zones is. So what I see is 160. 160. Now I was going by 81% out the money, but if you take 150.9 or just 150 and add it to this volatility number, you're gonna hit 159 regardless. So that is in the vicinity of where I would want to be. This is the 2.5 spread. And for this 2.5 spread, collect 36.36. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and just do YouTube AM. Put that in, see what happened. Something might happen, nothing might. Yeah, that remake, I wasn't feeling that, but the original one, I still like that original one. But yeah, I had a moment when Mufasa died. Boy, they did a good job of scripting that. Um, so that's what I have for that. Again, not sure what the price is that somebody is currently in. But Triple Q and Coin are the two that I have just chatted. Trying to see this. Is there anything else? Coin, Triple Q, and she said XSP. XSP is gonna look just like SPX in this situation. I shouldn't say just like, because sometimes it's, but for the most part. So what we have here is still moving averages. The 9 and the 20 are still providing some resistance up here. If I said support earlier, that was a slip. I meant to say resistance. Resistance still. So remove all these studies. And now what I normally do is I don't chart anything in terms of including the latest candle. I don't include the latest candle in anything um, because it is still forming. So this is going to look familiar. Leg in, two in the base, leg out for our seller zone. Right? And then right over here, put these two in the base. Leg in, two in the base, leg out. There's a little bit of a gap right here. Personally, some people trade the gap itself. I don't trade the gap itself. I just like to use the gap as a buffer, depending on where it's at, to give myself a bit of a cushion, if you will. In basketball, it will be setting a pick. They call it setting a pick. If you understand basketball, you understand what I'm talking about. Better go ahead and block the defender for me so I can get around them. That's what I'm trying to do. So, if you recall, we were just talking about this one. Now on the other chart, it hadn't filled the buyer zone all the way, right? But on this one, if this is leg in, base, leg out, it has filled that gap, but it kind of started going through the zone already. So that's why I didn't want to say it was identical to the previous chart, but definitely close. So in this same situation, you can look and see if you are, I know some people will be doing 0 DTE. I'm assuming if you were going to Friday, in this example, 78% is over 75, better than 75. So this would be a one spread. All right, 23 cents. So on $100 collateral, 23, 22, 23 cents would be good. Over 20% return. So let's do this. 2 a.m. I'll put the trade in. Why not? Right? I would not. This is where I mess up all the time, is putting the iron condor in. If I want to do, I'm a fan of iron condors because I'm a fan of reusing my collateral. But where I mess up at is I put an iron condor on too soon. And so in the direction that price is traveling, need to hold off on that. And so I'm learning just to not do that. Or I'm looking for a better way to trade it. If it's going to be coming down this way, how can I trade that and use that to my advantage? But for right now, the goal is to leave that off. Leave the iron condor off. However, if you are a person that does not subscribe to that philosophy, if you're on Telegram and you see some of my posts, it'll say it was 80% out the money, and it'll be these situations. It was 80% out the money, but it'll still momentum kept going. But this is the put credit spread, 17 cents or $17 on $100 collateral. If you're going to put that in, so between those two, if you can do iron condor, that's pretty decent. So over $30 on $100 collateral. I mean, I hear the Lord saying yes. You know, them good numbers. All right, so we're gonna swing.
You hear the Lord saying yes.
The
Oh
Lord.
goodness. It's the people,
All right,
Jesus.
so we're
It's
gonna
the people.
we're gonna swing back to check out what happened here on the 15-minute chart for SPX. Nice. Now, after the second 10:30 is when I start investigating. The only time I would ever get in early is when I would see such a strong second candle pushing out like that. Then I would have got in about there once I saw that second candle close. It was very strong. Um, That's about the only time, only exception to my 10:30 rule is momentum is going in my favor like that. So that's something to be aware of, but it's about to hit this parity line. So that'll be the only reason I didn't jump in. Um, Outside of that, it has the 15-minute has broken out. So it is done. Well, not done doing this thing, but it has really started doing this thing. And then I believe that's all three of our um, stocks that we had: XSP, Triple Q, and Coin. I believe those are the three. And then Kali Boucher said, I never recovered from the fossil's death. I didn't either. I did not either. I did not either. I'm still emotionally, it's something about it. Whew, that's probably,
Something
man,
about it. Something about it.
I hate to say it, but I think I'm more than Mufasa's death more than my own daddy.
Listen, my daughter, when she was little, she would literally watch The Lion King every single day. And when Mufasa would die, she would cry every single day.
Yes,
Every day. And my son was like, Ma, Gab's in here watching Lion King again.
yeah, yes, that thing.
Oh my goodness. That was the music. The music is what threw you.
I mean, they did an excellent job of putting the music.
Hmm.
I would say in terms of animated movies, I probably put that as my number one, just because all this, but not just the storyline, but the music that they chose for it was impeccable. Like they put it all together really nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't gonna front. That first Shrek is kind of in that same vein for me.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like they did a good job of mixing your emotions with the music. So that was all right, y'all. So that's all I got for right now. We've covered the tickers that we needed to cover that were requested, and I know Janae, right? And Alyssa,
Janae is here. Thought she wasn't coming.
Janae is here. She is here. Glad you made
She's
it.
here. Oh my goodness. I hear the Lord say yes. This is funny. All righty.
You want to do the benediction?
The Benedict. Is that what you call it?
That's what it is. The benediction. See?
I have done as the Lord has commanded, and yet there is room.
Oh my God. The benediction. You can always tell the people that are church kids. Let me just say it that way. You
Mm,
already
mm,
know.
mm, 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 mm.
Here's what we got. We're gonna swing back around. The Dow drops more than 400 points as September volatility persists. We don't care about it persisting as long as it persists to a profit in our accounts, right?
Yeah.
We've got here. Let me see. Over here, we want to go check out the latest. The Dow Jones is down 1.63%. S&P futures down 1.31%, and the Nasdaq is down 0.86%. Russell 2K down 0.94%. The VIX is up 9.80. That's at 2095. All right. Let's go to our E2T. You got any announcement? Listen.
Not really. We had our session, our charting session last night, which we looked at trends and broadening formations. If you were not there and you missed it, be sure to go back and watch the video. If you have not joined our charting challenge and you need charting, help, support, assistance, learning, guidance, education, you need to join the charting challenge. We still got 3 more weeks, at least 3 more weeks of stuff. We're there every couple of couple days, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. We're meeting every week, so you can come on and join us in the charting challenge over at my website. That way you can get what you need. On Thursday in the charting challenge, we're going to be talking candlestick patterns, charting patterns. That's what we'll be talking about on Thursday. So If you're a member, be sure to come join us. If you're not a member, but you need to be, then come on and join us over there too. All righty. That's all for my announcements.
Word up. Listen, don't forget to click like. Go ahead and click that like button. We'd greatly appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe as well. We got a membership that we get. You didn't mention a membership?
I just did. I
I
mentioned it
mean,
in by way of the charting challenge.
but all right, fine. It's your money.
You can
So
talk about it.
say it
You the
again.
one leading the call. You can talk about it.
Look, the membership. You the mathematician. You got to get them the numbers.
No.
How much stuff costs and all that other stuff. That's all right.
Hmm.
And yet
You
there
said
is
that's
still
all right.
room.
Yes, and
What
yet
did you
there is
say? Yes,
room.
there is room at the brokerage for you. All right. Would any trader come? The doors of the brokerage are open, right? Um, I was gonna do a. I ain't gonna even. I'll tell you about that some other time. ETT Daily Declaration. By faith, I am a successful trader. I mean, why is a knowledgeable trader? I make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. Money likes me because money is comfortable around me. It is drawn to me. ETT Daily Prayer. Lord, give us wisdom and knowledge for our trades today. Help us to make smart and lucrative decisions for our portfolios. All right, Lissa. What did he used to call you? Arissa? All right, Arissa.
um, Arissa, yeah, he did. Oh my goodness.
All right, all right, Alyssa. We got three
Okay.
things we need to do today, and those things would be,
Stay green.
yep,
Get this money
yep,
and make sure you have a great green day.
there it is. You all have
Alrighty.
a great green day. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you got any questions, you know where to find us. Telegram or drop a question down in our comment box. We'd appreciate it. You all have a good one. Thank you for joining us. Hasta
Bye, everyone.
mañana.
Hasta mañana. Goodbye, everyone. Is there one? Would there be one?